Our guest on the Compete Mentality today is Darby Maggard. Darby is currently in her first season as a graduate assistant coach at UT Martin. Prior to UT Martin, Darby played professional basketball in Ireland and Australia. She was a decorated champion within the Ohio Valley Conference at Belmont. While with the Bruins, Darby led the program to 4 consecutive OVC tournament titles, 4 NCAA tournament appearances, and 3 regular season championships. She was named the 2019 OVC Player of the Year, Tennessee Sports Writers Association Player of the Year, and OVC Female Athlete of the Year, while tallying 4 straight All-OVC First Team and OVC All-Tournament Team honors for her career. The All-American and winner of the 2019 State Farm College Three-Point Championship, left Belmont as the program's all-time leader in three-point field goals, 430, three-point field goal percentage, 43.1%, and free throw percentage at 92.4%. She also became just the 4th player in Bruin history and first in the team's Division I era to eclipse 2,000 career points. Additionally, she is the only player in NCAA history to dish out at least 650 career assists while also making more than 400 three-pointers. Her record-breaking career includes league marks for career three-point field goals, 430, and consecutive free throws made, 45. Darby went to high school at Fort Wayne Canterbury, where she won back-to-back state championships her freshman and sophomore year, and also was in the state finals her junior and senior year, earning runner-up. She was the runner-up for Miss Basketball in 2015, and today we have the honor of listening and learning from the one and only Darby Maggard. Hey Darby, thanks for being on the Compete Mentality podcast today. We are so excited to dive into the life of Darby Maggard. It's March Madness, and you have been to 4 state finals in high school. You've been to 4 NCAA tournaments. You've played professionally. You're now coaching and getting ready to enter into the tournament time with UT Martin. So we are fired up, and I kind of just gave some of your background, but can you give just a little bit more detail on your background and what you're doing now?
Well, Courtney, thank you so much for having me. I love you, and I love CTA. I love the family that you guys have there. But no, I've been around basketball my whole life. I grew up in a small town in Indiana, and my mom was a basketball coach, and so followed her to the gym when I was young, and just loved it. I went to Fort Wayne Canterbury High School, and was blessed to play with a lot of great players, and we had some fun there, and then went to Belmont University for college. It's in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was an amazing experience. And then I played professionally in Ireland and Australia. And so when COVID hit, I was like, you know what, I think it's time for a little change. Maybe stop playing and start coaching. So I've always wanted to coach. So now here I am at UT Martin in West Tennessee. It's a good place to be.
I think that you're already catching up a little bit on the accent there. They got in Tennessee. You got a little southern twang going there, Miss Maggard.
I love it. I'll take it. That's great.
So to our listeners, Darby and I have actually known each other for a while. So I think were you in junior high?
Yes.
So Darby's in junior high, and I was in high school. We used to go down and train together at Champions Academy. April Schilling was our instructor and our coach, and she trained us, and she's still one of the best in the business and just best people to be mentored by. And so Darby and I go way back to 2-ball handling on the sidelines down in Indianapolis. So it's exciting now. You're sitting in Tennessee, I'm sitting in Florida, and we're sitting here reminiscing on what has happened since then. It's kind of cool to think about that. So let's go to high school. So you went to Fort Wayne Canterbury. You won state championships your freshman year, your sophomore year. Then you were runner-up your junior and senior year. So it's March Madness. Everybody is hungry for basketball. They're all focused on it. Give me some of your memories from the high school state championships.
Oh man, there's a bunch. It's just been the whole Indiana state championship run is one of the most unique, I think, in the country. I think I'm a little biased, but I do think it's the best. Um, it's my freshman year. I remember waking up in the hotel. It was in Terre Haute that year. And so I woke up in the hotel and I was just so nervous. I was like, oh gosh, like I'm a little freshman, I'm 15 years old, and I don't know what I'm doing. This is yeah. And so it was fun just because those feelings and waking up on a championship day and they don't come around often, they come around every once in a while. And so those when you look back, just the excitement that you feel, the energy that you have, I think those are the things you kind of hang on to, and it's the people that you do it with that makes it special. It's pretty sweet.
On those, I always like asking this question. On those state championship teams, what was the culture like, and why do you think that you guys were able to be so successful for that 4-year stretch? What was the culture of Fort Wayne Canterbury basketball?
You know, we had a lot of really, and I said this before, I was blessed to play with a lot of really, really great players. But I think one of the things I got to play my freshman year, I played for Scott Krieger, and the rest of the time I played for his dad, Wayne Krieger. And they both did a really great job of bringing people together. Mm-hmm. And even though we all were very skilled, it was we're gonna put the team over individual success. And every night we would go out and be like, you know what? It could be my night, it could be Kendall Fincher's night, it could be Mason Van Houten's night, but whatever it takes, we're gonna go out there and win, and we're gonna play for each other. And so even at the high school level, they did a really, really great job of just molding the team together and making everybody kind of focus on one common goal, which I think is probably why we were pretty good.
Yeah. I remember going to one of the state championship games and watching you guys, and just you guys look like a college team, like the way that you guys played together, the way that you guys moved on the court, through your body language. And so knowing now the culture of Fort Wayne Canterbury, it makes sense. Like, you guys were focused on what great programs focus on. It's not themselves. And I think that when you were saying it didn't matter, you might go out and drop 47, which you actually did, and you also might go out and give out 17 assists during a game, because you guys are so good. Like, that's pretty special. Let's move on. So you played at Belmont University, and while you were there, you guys won 4 consecutive Ohio Valley Conference tournaments, went to the NCAA 4 years in a row, and you had 3 regular season championships. And to those who are listening who don't quite understand all of that, winning a conference championship for the regular season by itself is special, but be able to win a conference tournament title in college is so hard, and it's almost like this feeling of you just won national championship for what your team is going after. Like, it's still that same championship feeling. Then you guys went to the NCAA tournament 4 years. So just let's start with your favorite March Madness memories at Belmont, so that can encompass all those things. Give me some of your memories.
Oh man, it was fun. My freshman year at Belmont, we were the 2 seed. We had a little bit of a rough patch at the beginning of our conference season, and so we got it together, and we ended up getting the 2 seed. And going into the tournament, we knew it was going to be a fight, but it was fun. That was probably the first time that I had seen a team like peak at the right time. Like, we were going into the tournament, we had just finished up our regular season, and we were like, you know what, guys, like, we got this, we got it. And so we went in there, and the first time that you hear the horn go off and you're like, holy crap, we're going to the NCAA tournament, because as a kid, that's what you dream about. You dream about going and being able to play in one of those games. And when the horn went off and everybody just like rushed to the middle of the floor, that was probably one of my favorite, like, just rushes of emotion, because it was fun, and we had worked so hard, and everybody, like, even just came together and was just like, you know what, we're going for it. So that was probably one of my favorite memories. But the NCAA tournament is a really cool experience in itself. You get, as yesterday was the selection show for women's basketball, and just to watch the teams, your name pop up on the screen and the teams just go crazy and just have a great time with it. That's, to me, that's where it's just awesome. You get to be, see your work and your goals and the dreams that you have. You get to see them in those settings. You get to see them come to life. So it's pretty cool. It was an amazing experience, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. Pretty cool.
That's awesome. So what was the culture of Belmont women's basketball while you were there? I think you guys had a coaching change, maybe your junior, senior year, but what was the culture like? So with Coach Neubauer and then with your new coach?
Yeah, so I got recruited to play at Belmont for Cam Neubauer, who he's now the head coach at the University of Florida. But he was awesome. He is awesome. He's a great person. The great thing I think about Belmont is that it is a Christian school. And so a ton of what we do at Belmont is just that's the baseline, and it's every day in our program. We come in, we'll pray before practice, we'll talk about the word, we'll have Bible studies as a team. And that was something we didn't have that necessarily as much on our team in high school. We had it at our school, but not with, like, specifically our basketball team. And I think that is one of the things about Belmont that I loved, is that college basketball it's very demanding, and it's tough. You go in every day and you're giving your body, your energy, your effort towards basketball. And one of the things that I love about the culture there is that they're going to develop the whole person. They're going to develop you spiritually, and make sure you're growing in every area. And honestly, I do think that is part of the reason why we were successful on the court, is because we had a bunch of people who knew that they were more than basketball players. You knew that your value came from who you are as a person and the way that you live, and how you serve other people. It's not necessarily, obviously everybody, we're competitors, we want to win, but Belmont is special, and Cam started that, and he did a great job of pulling people together and helping them see that they are more than basketball players. And then so I played for Cam for 2 years, and then my junior year we had a coaching change, and it was Bart Brooks, and he is also great. He was awesome to play for. It was his first year as a head coach, and he really just took what was there, and he ran with it, and he was great at it. And I felt like he was the perfect person for the job, because he was really all about making sure that it is team. We're a team, and I'll never forget it. It's shoulder to shoulder we battle, no matter what the odds may be, and that's what he would bring to the table every day, and he lived it. And that's kind of the culture that he built. They were very similar, just a little bit different wording, but it was all about the team.
Something that stood out when you're talking about that, just sharing your experiences with both your coaches, is that both coaches were able to bring together all of you guys for a common purpose. And I see so many times where teams have a stud player, and the stud player, drops 50 points, drops 40, but the teams don't win. And that is not a good culture. And so good cultures, like you're just talking about with Coach Neubauer and your other coach, of bringing a team together where you have a bunch of really talented players and getting them to play together for one common purpose and to know that their identity is in something greater than basketball, where you can play with freedom and it doesn't matter who is dropping. Somebody might drop 30 one night, somebody might drop 40, but you also have these players who are dropping 15, 16, 17 as well to go along with the stud. And that is when you have special teams that can go on and win championships because everybody's together. It's not just one person out to get theirs. So that's what I picked up from kind of what you're saying during that time. So you've experienced college basketball as a player. You've experienced college basketball now as a coach. So if you were to write a letter to yourself when you were a college player, what would you tell yourself now?
I would tell myself, enjoy it. Enjoy it. I think I did enjoy it, but I'm one of the things that I have to work on all the time, every day, is not to worry. And I'm a worrier. And so I would, if I could write a letter and then tell myself, it would just be to sit back and do the work every day, but enjoy yourself, enjoy the journey, enjoy where you are, enjoy the people, and don't worry about it. It's gonna be all good. It's gonna be great. God's got you. So, yeah, that would be my one thing. It's just, this is gonna be a special time, and keep your eyes open and soak it all in.
Okay. So you said that you're a worrier. Is there a specific verse that you say out loud, or you like to say in your head whenever you start to worry?
I think that it is, I think it's the parable about he feeds the birds.
Mm-hmm.
And so why would you not understand and know that he's going to take care of you as well? And it's crazy. My mom is a huge bird lover. It's really funny, but that's where she would compare it when I was a kid. And so that's what stuck with me, is just, you got to understand and know that the God of the universe cares enough to know your name, and he cares enough about your personal story, and he cares about what is going on every single day in your life. And it's a crazy world, and I get swept up a lot. And you know what, like, what's going on? What do I need to be doing? What do I need to be, what's my next step? Instead of, all right, what's right in front of me? What is right here, right now, where God has me? And I think just understanding and knowing that we're not going to worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's got a lot of problems of itself, but we're going to worry about right now. And just having that faith and understanding that God's gotten me this far in my life, and he's not leaving me now, So those are kind of some of the things that I think about, and some of the things that I pray about. And sometimes it just takes a little quick 15 to 30-second prayer, of be where your feet are. Let's sit here. We're gonna sit in the presence of God for 30 seconds, and then that's enough strength to get me through. So those are some of the things that I do.
Preaching. That's good. Really, really good. So God, in your journey, I know you were probably worrying about, what am I going to do after college? And his journey took you to Ireland. And we have St. Patty's Day coming up here soon. Ireland and Australia. Can you share about your professional basketball experience overseas?
Oh, it was good. It was really good. I played in Ireland for a season, and it was awesome. I got to play actually with one of my college teammates, which does not happen often at all. So usually you have 2 imports on a team from America, and they chose me and my teammate. So we were there together, and we got to compete together and just see a different culture in a different part of the world. And it's unbelievable, the beauty that's in Ireland. It's an amazing place, but it's a very different feel than college basketball, because when you transition into being a professional, it really is, if you don't want to work that day, work hard and bring your personal best, I mean, you're probably going to lose your job, and so that's a little bit different of a feel, and it's a little bit more cutthroat than necessarily college is. College is built for a little bit of safety nets, and we're gonna have a little bit more patience with you, where and it's just like a real world job. You have to show up every day and take care of your own business. And if you want to get in the gym and lift and shoot extra, and you're just in charge of yourself, which is very different. But it's also college creates a little bit of an avenue for you to get there. So if anybody wants to do that or has dreams and aspirations, I would for sure say go do it. Go see part of the world and experience that. I loved it.
Sweet. So you talked a little about Ireland. What was Australia like?
Oh, it was awesome. First of all, I had never seen a kangaroo in my life. And I saw one, which was, I saw a bunch actually, which was awesome. But it was cool. It was beautiful. Again, a really beautiful place. And Australia so I was there for like 3.5 months before COVID hit. And then I had to come home. So I had a whole preseason and I think 3 games into our season. And then I had to come home, which stinks. But COVID was and still is crazy. So it was amazing. The Ireland was a very good start, and I would have loved to continue and play in Australia for the rest of the season, because I love the coach, I love the people, and we were going to be a pretty good team. So it was good, but COVID kind of stopped that one. So
COVID has taken you out from playing into coaching. Is there going to be Darby Maggard 2.0 coming out of retirement from playing professional? Do you have aspirations of playing again when everything kind of opens up again, or are you set on this path of, you know what, I feel I'm really called, I'm really gifted, what you are, and talented, of being a coach and inspiring and impacting lives that way?
I'm gonna stay retired. I'm gonna stay with it. I'm gonna be a coach, and it's something that I've always dreamed of, being a coach. When I was young, my mom still has little stories of I would write them when I was a kid in like little third grade. I would write stories about me being a college basketball coach, and so it's what I've always wanted to do, and it's something that I do feel called to do. It's teaching and coaching they're really jobs that are needed, and they're special. And the opportunity to impact a life through the game of basketball, to me, there's nothing better. There's nothing better than being able to use the game we love to mold and inspire and impact people's lives. So I think I'm going to do this for a while.
So I'm going to put you on the spot yet again, because I just did there too. So we're very big on goal setting and having a vision and having a mission. So what would you say is your goal when it comes to college basketball? Like, what's your long-term vision? Like, where do you want to go to? The reason I'm asking you on here is because we're also with goal setting. In order for, like, if you just have it in your head, it's just a dream. But if you write it on paper, it becomes a goal. Then if you actually say it on a podcast to all these people who are listening,
everyone's going to know.
Then you have all these people that are automatically going to keep you accountable. So you have all these people that are you have accountability partners, which is going to help take that goal even further. So what's Darby Maggard's big long-term vision of coaching? Like, what is your dream job?
Oh man, I've thought about this a lot. Obviously, I've got a long journey ahead of me, but if I was gonna think long-term, big goal, I would say I want to be a head coach someday. And I do think I want to do it at this point in my life. My goal would be to do it at the highest level that I could, which is Big Ten, SEC, Pac-12, somewhere like a high level head coaching job. And ultimately, I do believe this with everything in me, that if you take care of the people that are around you and you really focus on building relationships and helping them become the best version of themselves that they can be, that basketball will take care of itself. I'm not worried about that sort of thing, but what I am worried about is molding and impacting and helping. Like my college coach helped me to understand is that you and these kids are way more than basketball players. They're way more than basketball players every single day. And so my goal would just be to impact lives like that. And if I could do that, I'll be happy. Even if my dream of God takes me in a different direction, I think no matter what, impacting and helping people become their best.
There you guys have it. So you just heard kind of the heart of Darby Maggard and kind of her integrity, her character. And Darby is somebody that that is just set apart. And the reason that she's on the podcast right now is because Jordan and I see her as somebody who's really just knows what truly matters, and it's relationships. It's not basketball. You know where your identity is. And Darby has played. She was a 2015 Indiana Miss Basketball runner-up. She played in 4 state tournaments. She played in 4 NCAA March Madness tournaments. She's won 4 tournament championships for the OVC. She was a 2019 OVC Player of the Year. She's played in Ireland. She's played in Australia. She's coaching college basketball. And she's also played in a barn in the middle of Sweetser, Indiana, a 3-on-3 tournament. And I'm excited to announce on here that Darby Maggard is coming back to the barn this May. And Darby and I are teaming up together, and we're going to do a couple clinics. It's going to be kind of so ball handling. We're going to do a college prep. We're going to focus on shooting. And there's going to be something for everybody. So no matter your age, no matter, we're even opening this up to college players that want to come. We're going to have a college-specific clinic where we're really going to pour into you guys on, you know what, we've been through your journey. We have coached in college. We've been around the game, and like we're going to help you to set your mind on things that you need to be focused on, both as a person and as a player. So some exciting news. So stay tuned, because we're going to be talking more about this, and we're going to be advertising this. And then when Darby is at the barn, because I could keep going and talk to her for like 2 more hours, but we're going to do another podcast, and we're going to talk specifically about shooting and training, because Darby is so knowledgeable, and she was the 2019 State Farm 3-point champion, which is pretty cool because you just go and you sit in the gym and you like shoot early in the morning, and then you just don't shoot for like 7 or 8 hours, and they throw you out there on TV.
Yes.
And you got to try to knock down shots. And so that is like the highest pressure shot. And you're not even warmed up. So anyway, Darby's going to be at the barn. So we're super excited. But as we close out, Darby, Jordan and I are big foodies, and we love asking these questions. So you've lived in Nashville, Tennessee. You're from Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I'm going to ask you, what are the best places to eat in Nashville, Tennessee, and Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Ooh, Nashville's got a ton, an absolute ton. It was great living there. My favorite place is Edley's Barbecue. It's on 12 South, and
right.
It's
I gotta
so
make a
good.
note right now. Writing it down.
Oh, yes, write it down. It is so good. But it's tough because I grew up a little bit outside of Fort Wayne. This is gonna sound hilarious probably, but when I go home, I want Pizza King pizza more than any other thing.
Indiana staple.
Oh my gosh, that
it.
is what I want, no matter what.
What's
so
your
anybody
go-to
that's
Pizza
not
King?
from there.
What's your go-to at Pizza King?
Pepperoni sausage, green olive.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what we get, and it's so good. I love it.
I have family that lives in Tennessee, and every time that they come up, we get Pizza King with them too.
Yes,
So
it's so good. I love it.
So Edley's Barbecue and Pizza King. There we have it. Well,
Yep.
sweet Darby. Well, thank you for being on the podcast. I know you guys have WNIT. Is it first round coming up?
First round. Yep.
Friday against Nebraska.
Yep.
Against Nebraska. So good luck to UT Martin versus Nebraska, the Cornhuskers. Go get them. And I can't wait to see you in May and impact some lives with you.
Oh, thank you for having me. You guys are amazing. Amazing. I'm excited for May. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Thanks, Darby.
Thank you.
Coming this May 2021, you will have the opportunity to train with Darby Maggard and myself in the barn in Sweetser, Indiana. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned, stay plugged in to all of our social media, as well as our website, competebasketballtraining.com, and get registered for the clinic with Darby and Courtney.